Hello everyone, welcome to Selenium with Python Day 2. So today we'll start with if anyone has issues with installation. So let me know, we can talk over it. I saw there was some ping on Skype about Selenium installation. So let me know if anyone has any problem. No, I don't see any question. So I hope you all has done the installation successfully, right? Okay, all right. All right, so this is done. Nobody has any installation issue, so that is fine. So today what we are going to cover that interaction with page. Okay, so how Selenium with Python interacts with page and different commands, how we can locate elements. Okay, so we started seeing on the first day, and the wait, that is a essential part. So we'll also look into the how we can use implicit wait, explicit wait, all those terms. Team, not going to uh, discuss in detail like what is implicit wait, what is explicit wait, all those kind of things, because if you are the member of JPACT and you have already went through uh, all these Java with Selenium, so you already know about those things. But if anyone has not uh, if I say you are a beginner, you just joined this class for the Selenium with Python, then let me know, we can talk over it. All right, so let me go back to the this script file. All right, so we started writing few programs, right? Like we imported few of the packages, all right? And then we created the instance of Chrome driver. There's one question, is it mandatory that we execute Python exe file and then install PyCharm? Not exactly. So it's not mandatory. So the sequence I just told, you can install PyCharm separately, and means first, then you can install Python, right? So there's no dependency, but yeah. If you follow other way, if you get any issue, let me know. But I did the same way, like installing Python first, then PyCharm. So there should be no issue, I think. All right, so we saw there was uh, some problem when this script was running, right? So what was the problem? It was, I guess, it was not clicking that link. So let me run it again, and then we can see. Okay. Okay, maybe I'm running the incorrect file team. See, sometimes what happens, you see here, there are different files, Python file, and currently this test class is selected. Okay, so if you run the test class, it will not run this one. So make sure like when you're running, you select the right file and then run. Otherwise, you can right click on the file and you can do the run. So it was opening, but it was not able to click on the link because you see, if it is, the page is not maximized, uh, we don't have that link here, right? We'll get some kind of error. Yeah, see, so no such element exception we got. Why we got? Because there are some link, and unless you maximize, those won't be appearing. Okay, so how to resolve it? So what we have to do after launching uh, uh, browser and navigating to this URL, you can maximize, or what you can do, you can, after creating instance of that driver, you can do this way. Okay, so it's a maximize window which does the trick. Yes, of course. Thanks, Pija. So yeah, it's a maximize window, and now let's run it again. So let's see what happens. So it will launch, it will maximize the browser. Again, it will navigate, and then it will wait for 5 seconds because we have provided the hard wait of 5 seconds. It will wait and click on the pricing link, right? So now it's clicked on the pricing link, uh, and it closed the browser. So it's running fine, right? Let's get through this app and try to do a few things. Okay, so if I want to click on this, let's not because it's opening a new tab, so we'll do this later. So I want to do first very simple things, and services. Don't we have any field here? Okay, so what I want to do, I want to navigate to this page, and I want to enter some email ID here. Okay, or let me see. Again, it's opening a new window. So because I don't want to start these things, which is a little bit advanced concepts. So first, let's start with the simple things like how we can enter anything in this text box. Okay, which is email, right? All right. So you see that that field has ID, that is address, and it has placeholder name as email. So let's try to use this ID. Okay, so okay, I don't want to go to this pricing page. What I want to do, so I would tell the different way to write this find element. Earlier we have seen this find element by linked text. So along with the find element method, we have separate methods by XPath, by linked text, right? All those things. But how we write code in Java or any other C sharp, we have find element, right? And then we pass by which we want to identify that element, right? It can be by ID, by XPath, right? So how to do this? So to do this, what we need to do, we need to import few things. Okay, and from selenium.webdriver.common uh, dot support, I guess, dot UI, or let me think, team. It is by there should be some. Okay, let me common. Okay, I think it's common only. Let's see. Keys, accents, by. Yeah, so this one. So we need to import that package by. Okay, this way. Now I can write my find element by dot. If you see, now we have different options: class name, CSS selector, ID. So you can correlate to other if you have worked with Java or C Sharp, how we provide, right? So here we can use ID, right? And along with these IDs, what we need to do, we need to provide the ID of that element. Okay, and then what I need to do, I need to send keys, right, to enter uh, some text into this. So I can suppose test at the rate of test.com. This is my email ID, right? All right, so this is done. So let's run, and I want to uh, do one more thing. I don't want to use this hard code, and there is if you have heard about implicit wait, there is a concept. Okay, so suppose before throwing any exception of uh, element not found. One second, team. All right, so implicit wait, what it says, like before, if Selenium is trying to find any element, okay, so it has some timeout, and what we want to say, like let's put this implicit wait, and before throwing any exception of no such element found or any other exception, wait for the at least this much timeout. Okay, so Selenium will try to find that element for this much time before throwing those exceptions. All right, so that's what we do with implicit wait. There's another concept of explicit wait we'll discuss later. All right, so let's run. Uh, it should load the page, and then let's see if it is enter uh, in that email ID text box. Okay, we are not sure. Let's run it entered in the text box or not, right? So what we can do, let's debug. So how we debug in the PyCharm? Okay, so you can put the breakpoint. So breakpoint is something in the programming language. If you want to uh, stop the execution at some specific point of code, I can put this breakpoint, and now I can go. You see this icon debug, right? You can click here, or you can right click and debug day one. Okay, so let's see this. So this time, before closing, it will stop the execution there. Okay. Okay, now I can go to yes. So it has entered the email ID which I entered my in the script, and we need to click here also, right? To click the subscribe button. So let's see, unless we can uh, inspect this. I can click this arrow button and select this element. So this is um ID is email. Okay, this is the this ID, and then we have this text box, and then we have button on click, subscribe click. Okay, what else we have? Some properties. Let's see. We have class and value as a subscribe. Okay, so I can write a XPath because I don't see any specific. If you want to use this class, yes, you can, but there is a lot video lagging. We cannot see what you are talking. Is this with everyone? Uh, Team, everyone has the issue of this audio lagging. Oh, is it? Okay. A few people say it's good for them. Okay, so I'm not sure, team. For a few people, it's working fine, and two people are saying, okay. Let me know if you see if issue is there for you. I think my network connectivity is fine, but that's fine. Let's see. The screen is turning black. Uh, is it happening now also? Yeah, definitely there is some issue with my screen. Not screen, that connectivity. Okay, so okay, that's fine. Okay, so we're talking about this button, right? So I can inspect this. All right, so we have button, we have on click. So let me utilize this on click. Okay, so how to write XPath for this? So after entering, hmm, screen and voice is not synchronizing. Not sure, team. Is this is still the problem? Is you face the same issue? Okay, Chitra is saying she has no issues. For two people, they are saying it's all right, team. Okay, I'll try to uh, be a little bit slower so that it will be in sync. Maybe due to network issue at my end, also could do this. So, okay, let's try to click find by, and we'll utilize this by xpath dot xpath, right? And how we can write xpath? So this is button, right? And let me copy this. I will use this on click. Okay, maybe I need to change this way. Okay, so maybe issue was when I'm navigating uh, or I'm browsing the page, there may be some lag. Okay, so I'll take care of that. Okay, so I have used XPath and I wrote XPath this way. And what I need to do, I need to click, right? And let me give some time here. Time sleep in seconds, suppose 3 seconds, so that I can see what is happening. Okay, I'll remove this. Even if you don't remove the breakpoint, it doesn't matter because will be not running in the debug mode so let me click stop rerun, and okay, so it will navigate to a website. It will wait for some hard wait we have provided, right? So it will wait for that. And let's see when it enters and click on subscribe. So it's still running. All right. So there we saw there was a pop-up when you click on subscribe button. So that we also need to handle, right, before closing the browser. Okay, we'll see this. Before that, let me take one question. Question is there is difference in syntax line number 22 and 25. Can you please okay, line number 22 and 25. Yeah. So you can use both ways to find elements. Okay. So if you want to utilize this driver.find element by XPath or by link text or ID or any other uh, ways to find the element, you can directly use these methods. Okay, so you don't need to import this package. Okay, that by you don't need this. But if you want to utilize this find element and then you want to then you have to use this by to provide like uh, by which locator or by which tag name you want to identify, by ID or by XPath, how you want to identify. So then you need to provide. So it depends on you how you are comfortable writing code. Both ways are correct. There's nothing wrong in any of these statements. So whatever you feel comfortable, you can utilize. Okay. No, there is a um, in Java we cannot write that way. I'm not sure the latest version of Selenium, but I haven't seen like we can write this way. Okay, so I think Chitra is saying we can import by. So I guess you are saying about we have factory pattern, some kind of thing, right? Where we identify element first and then we pass. So the way you can that way you can do. Okay, so okay, that's fine. So let's not go to that topic. So you see, once you enter something here, like if I enter test at test.com, and once you click, it says that this email has been already registered with us. Okay, so what is this? This is alert, right? So how we handle alerts in Selenium? Okay, so we have to handle this, right? So let's see how we can do this. So uh, there's a concept of switching to alert, okay, or pop-ups. So what is the difference between if there's a window and pop-up? Pop-up something is uh, from the browser, okay? So the way it has been uh, developed, like when uh, something goes not the way it should be, you will see the pop-ups, right? Like if you delete, so there will be some confirmation. So they want to confirm, like, are you want to delete something, or this kind of pop-up you will see, right? In that case, in Selenium, how we can do alert driver dot switch. Okay, so we have switch to alert. Okay, so we have why it is saying switch to alert. Okay, so it may be deprecated. So okay, all right, and then alert dot accept. Okay, so accept means we are clicking OK on that particular pop-up. Okay, so let it run and let's see what is happening. So it will, let's see, it will enter the email and click on the subscribe. Then we see that pop-up. So this is a very frequently asked question in the interviews, how you handle pop-ups. Okay, So first you need to switch to the pop-up, and then you need to, there are two, if it is a pop-up, there will be a either okay or cancel. Okay, so if you want to accept, it will be accept or dismiss. Okay, so how it works. All right, so why it is not clicking on this accept? Let me see. No alert exception. No such alert. It's saying it's not an alert. Okay, does it take some time before this appears? Maybe. Okay, so let me put time dot sleep here. And this one I can remove. I cannot do any actions, right? So it must be a pop-up. Okay, so let's see, because it may take some time. When you click it, that pop-ups will appear. So let's see what happens again if we run after providing the sleep, and then we'll see how to wait for some particular time before something appears. So there's a concept of explicit wait. We'll see now. Okay, let it enter, and then and last 10-15 minutes I will explain about few uh, unit test kind of concept. So yeah, see, it waited for waited for the 3 seconds before that pop-up appears, and then it will switch to alert, accept, and close the browser, right? So this is very simple script. Any question? If you have, let me know. No, I don't see any question. So, hmm, um, so interaction with page, there are various commands it provides. So as we go along with the course, we'll discuss. But there's a question. Alert is also kind of object here. What do you mean by object? Object. See, what we say alerts. Alerts is some warning messages we see, okay, on the page, on the web forms, where we have only like some kind of warning messages like information or warning, okay. And before clicking on that, you cannot proceed further. Okay, either you have to click OK or cancel. Sometimes it will be cancel also. So unless you click OK and cancel, in terms of alerts, it will be accept or dismiss. You cannot proceed. Okay. No, so it's alert is not a driver. Okay. Uh, no, no. See what? Let me explain what is happening here before taking the next question. So this you can assume as a variable. Okay. So what I'm saying, uh, when I'm say driver dot switch to switch to alert, this will give me a variable. Okay, so in you are right, I think, right, kind of like object. Okay, uh, where we can perform, it returns the alert. Okay, so it returns the alert, whatever the statements we are doing here, not exactly as an object, but it provides, it gives the alert. Okay, where we can perform a different kind of like accept or dismiss. uh, Let me explain other way. See, what I can do, I can, let me delete this one. Okay, and if I say driver dot find element and I say element 1. Okay, so what is happening here? Element is it's not an object. Okay, so what is happening here, it's a web element, because driver dot find element will find element and it will return a element, web element. Okay, so this element 1 is a web element here, right? And this web element will have some method, some properties. So if I put dot, I would see the same methods what I was seeing earlier. So if I do this way, that is also fine, right? So it means when I do this driver dot find element, it returns the web element for me. Okay, that is, and the name I gave as a web element 1, and then I can perform the actions. In the similar way, when I do driver dot switch to alert, it returns the uh, alert. Okay, kind of pop-up, and on this I can perform various actions. So that's what that mean to. Okay, so right, what is the purpose of sleep? When should we put it? Okay, so this is not a best practice, not recommended. Okay, this is not recommended to use time dot sleep. Okay, but at the starting, when you're starting learning Selenium, uh, with any language, even with Java, C Sharp, or Python, initially you can utilize to just to synchronize. So what is happening here? When page navigates, when you click something, it will navigate to some page, or when you log in, when you launch this browser and navigate to this, depending on the server and your connectivity, your network connection, it will take time to load, right? And suddenly if I go and perform some action, like if page is still loading, and Selenium is trying to perform anything like entering some text, and the text box is not visible on the page, still page is loading, will I will get some error, right? Like I can get no such element found exception. I can get element is not interactable or not visible. Okay, depending on the at what point Selenium try to interact with the element. In those cases, this what it will do, it will say like, okay, execute the statement still here, line number 26, and stop here. Not stop, I mean pause for 3 seconds, to don't perform any action for 3 seconds. So what this script will do, it will wait for 3 seconds, and then it will go and perform the whatever the script you wrote. Okay, so the, by putting hard wait here, we are trying to synchronize the page, or in other way, uh, we are waiting to load the page. Okay, so that's depending. So why it is not recommended? Sometimes your page may be loaded within a second, maybe 3 seconds, or it may take 10 seconds. So how many times you will change these values? Sometimes you have to make it 10, but depending on the server and network connectivity, it may load in 2 seconds, but still you have provided 10 seconds, so your script will wait for the 10 seconds, and before that it will not move further, right? So unnecessary we are delaying, or we are uh, delaying execution time, okay, which is, that's why it is not recommended, because it is simple script and you are just providing at one point of time. But suppose you are designing a framework where 10-15 pages are involved, or 20-30 pages are involved, and if you are, every time you are utilizing this hard weight, your execution time will drastically increased, okay. You may not be realizing, but it will slow down your execution. So that's why it is not recommended, and it always suggested that use explicit weights, okay. We'll see in some time. Any question, team, before we move further? Okay, so let's talk about, if it is, this is not recommended, so what we can do, right? So let's keep it here, and before performing any action on the page, okay, so I'm saying, like after launching the browser and navigating to this website, I'm entering inside this text box, that email box, okay. So before that, let wait for that element, okay. So how to wait for the element? So for that I need to uh, have some packages here, okay. So I need to import Selenium dot WebDriver dot support. I guess it's UI, okay, and WebDriver wait, okay. And another thing I need to do, it's a Selenium dot WebDriver dot support, okay. Uh, there is a in explicit wait there is a expected conditions team, okay, as EC. So expected conditions means we'll wait until some element is clickable. We'll see in sometimes what those are expected condition, okay. So let's see, and it should be like before performing to any action on the particular element, we want to wait for the page to load, or that element to be loaded on the page, okay. All right, so what I'm saying, element, okay, web driver wait, and here what I can say, uh, in WebDriver wait, I need to pass the instance of WebDriver, okay, and the timeout. So suppose I say 10 seconds, and you can also polling time you can pass, you can poll frequency, like how uh, we'll see it later, okay. So after this, dot until, okay, So I'm saying WebDriver wait, and we are passing the driver instance, and then uh, maximum time to wait for the element, so 10. Okay, and then until, so I'm saying until this condition met, don't perform the action on this element. Okay, so what I'm saying EC, so expected condition we gave as a EC, right? Dot, now we see different options here. Element is to be clickable, alert is present. Okay, in case of alert we can say this alert is present, element located, selected, different kind of methods we have, right? Let's say we want to use this, or element to be located, or let me check 1 second. Title URL changes. Okay, so let me see the first one, element to be clickable. Okay, and here what I need to pass by dot id, this one. Okay, and I can pass the address. Okay, and if it is clickable, then I can say mm, why I'm not seeing uh, all these are correct, right? So we have this. Mm, okay. Mm, what it returns? Okay, we need to check. So I'm just checking team 1 second. This is fine. Yeah. So let me do this way. Can I do this? Okay. So I'm saying wait for this much time, 10 seconds, unless this element is clickable. Okay. And let's run this. Meanwhile, let me see if any question has. Yeah, right, Chitra, we can utilize visibility or any other based on our uh, conditions. We can utilize located at or visibility or clickable. Okay. So it says like we are getting some error. Web driver takes 2 position argument, but 3 were given. Hmm. Line number 26. Mm, okay, team. If you have any question, let me know. Meanwhile, I'll just see what is the issue here. It looks fine. Should I need to do this way? So team, here we are trying to uh, utilize explicit wait. Okay. So let's see if it works, and then we can, otherwise I'll figure out how it should be in proper way. It's still the same problem. Okay. Uh, it's not about Eclipse. It means Java, right? You create objects. Yeah, that's right. But uh, it's not, yeah, we are creating the object here, right? But in the same, we can provide the conditions as well. Okay. So this we can, this will expand more how we can utilize the explicit wait, and I'll figure out what is the error here. Okay. All right, team. So what next? Will someone saying, is it by address? No, how it can be by address? Address is your uh, name of the ID. That element ID is address. By which locator you want to identify, right? By ID, by XPath, by CSS selector, different ways. Here we are providing the value of that particular ID or name, whatever we use the locator, right? So that's not the issue. We'll figure out. Okay, this is the, I think you guys can play around with this. Either it's a single quote or double quote, or okay, but we'll discuss in the next class. So in the next class, we'll go over few concepts of Python. This is just a basics we have covered in day 1 and day 2. From the tomorrow next session onwards, we'll talk about basics of Python, how we can write code in the Python, not necessarily Selenium, and then we'll work on uh, the concepts of unit testing in the Python, and the Selenium, of course, it requires. And then the later we'll talk about the page object model, how we can design the framework. Okay. Sure. I'll upload this code file to the Google Drive. Maybe team will share with you. Okay. Team, what I'm saying, just practice at your end. Let's see what is the problem. Okay. We're already at the top of the hour. So, okay. So, people, whatever saying address, add brackets, all those things you can practice, right? And in the next class, you can tell me what was the issue in this. All right, team. Thank you. Thank you for, sorry. Thank you for joining today. Bye.